Hello, this is Cuckoo. Today I am recording vocals. Basically, every time I record vocals, I end up with recordings that need a lot of work in post-production. And I'm not the best of doing that. And I often end up with vocal tracks that I'm not entirely happy with in terms of the sound quality. The performance is great though. But what I want to do today is to improve the sound quality before it enters the computer. So I'm gonna try to redefine how I'm doing that. And starting with the gear that I already have. I don't have like the most perfect solution with Neve preamp strips and stuff. I just don't have that kind of equipment. It's very, very specific and expensive. I have acquired a lot of stuff over the years though. So let's see if I can use what I have to improve the recordings of vocals. So starting off with this. This is a microphone called SM7B by Shure. It's good. It's created for radio, I think. So it has this radio sound with a thick and creamy bassy sound, and yeah, it sounds nice. But for singing, you need to work with it a lot. And first of all, what you need to do when you're using this mic is that you need to boost the signal a lot because it's a very weak signal. So I'm doing that with this Cloudlifter. This requires phantom power, and once you have that in place, it boosts incoming signals by 20 dB, I think. Very clean boost. It sounds very nice. So this is the first step. Second step is a preamp. I do have this preamp, Black Lion Audio Auteur. It's not the best preamp in the world for Microsoft. It doesn't Microsoft's for microphones. It doesn't introduce any amazing, vocal sound or anything. It's very, very straight and clean. Modern, I guess is the term. But it does help a lot with boosting the signal and slightly evening it out to I don't know, it's a bit difficult to explain actually, but it does help a lot in the post-production to gain it through a preamp like this. It's a bit weird, but that is my experience. So now I've kind of gained it twice, first with a Cloudlifter and then with this preamp. But then it still has this radio sound. I don't have the perfect EQs or anything for vocals, or compressors, but what I do have is this. This is the Electron Analog Heat. It's a stereo analog sound processor, and it's not meant to be used for vocals, but of course you could plug anything in it. And it has a simple EQ with bass and highs. It does have a frequency, it's a filter, just one filter it could be used, and it does have a lot of characters. I found that if you're using this for vocals, you typically don't want to use any of the characters if you want a clean recording. Just use the clean boost. That's what I'm gonna do, because all the others they tend to leave such an obvious mark of distortion. So in vocals, that's something that you might want to experiment with afterwards, perhaps, so you're not destroying the actual recording. So, and it has like a drive, a wet level. You could pump the sound even higher, and it has an envelope, so you can also compress the sound subtly or heavily. So I'm going to use all this gear now and try to see if I can create a better sound for my vocals for before it comes in to the sound to the track. Okay, let's do it. A lot of talk. Okay, so here we are. I'm going to connect the microphone to the Cloudlifter first to give it that little boost. It goes out here, and then I'm going to connect it in here. I'm going to take the audio out here. Okay, on the preamp, I'm feeding this one with phantom power, and then I'm gaining it a bit and also padding it because the output of this box was a bit loud, so I'm padding the outputs. Okay, so now I'm going to record just the vocals through this and see what it sounds like. Okay, let's try it out. Testing, 1, 2, 3. This is Cuckoo, and if I'm talking like this, it sounds like a really bassy radio show, doesn't it? Yeah, like a sort of a radio sound. It's really nice to listen to in the headphones for myself, but I know that on the speakers it might be a little bit on the boomy, muffled side. I'm gonna do a little singing. Let's see. I sent you one cuckoo, cuckoo every day, cuckoo every night, cuckoo every day, cuckoo all the time. I've been reaching for you. We've been here before. I've been trying for years. Never get it right. We've been on this odyssey before, you and me. Oh, but I'm too cuckoo for you. Too cuckoo for you. Okay, that's it. Let's listen to it in the speakers, but that's where you kind of reveal how the sound is recording and how it's going to be sent out into the real world again. In the headphones, vocals typically sound pretty good when you're mixing, but you need to try it on speakers. Never get it right. We've been on this odyssey before. As you can hear, if you listen to this in headphones, I think it sounds pretty nice actually, but as soon as you play it on speakers, you kind of reveal what's overrepresented in the spectrum, and I think it's a bit too warm, and maybe it could gain a little help from some high frequencies, and maybe also make a little cut somewhere in the nasal sounds. Because sometimes I tend to go hi to get some nasal sounds in there that I don't particularly like, so it's nice to have a little cut in that frequency. So yeah, but overall not bad at all. You could probably work with this in DAW and it'd be fine, but I want to make it even easier for myself to get going, to have like a good recording that doesn't require a lot of work. So okay, next step, let's connect the analog heat and see what we can do. Okay, so with the analog heat, I've connected the previous strip into here, so and then we're going to process it here, and it's going to go out here. I'm just going to wiggle this and select a clean patch, like that. So this should be where you usually start out, a clean patch. And the first thing you want to do is go to the settings, input sensitivity, yes, and set the input sensitivity. You want something for vocals and singing that can tackle some dynamics. So right now, it doesn't hit the roof. You could hear some distortion there, but that was actually the recorder. It's not distorting here until you see a little marker. So it's on medium now. It has a couple of different gain settings or modes. Medium, high, down, this tone. Yeah, distortion perhaps. Max, this is clearly too much for this. And then low. I'm going to keep it a medium here. Okay, let's exit the menu. So I want to just quickly go through the different characters here. First, I'm just going to pump the wet and add some drive there. Okay, I'm just going to focus on clean boost, but just to give you an idea what can be done with vocals here. Clean boost is supposedly not distorting at all. This is saturation, and once you hit a certain drive level, you will hear this kind of nice saturation distortion, but it's too much for vocals. I think you can add some subtle saturation if you want to, but for this particular purpose that I'm doing now, I want a clean recording. enhancement actually also has a yeah. You can add some, like a tad of distortion there, add a little sizzle. Okay, and mid drive is clearly super distorted. Rough crunch is clearly something really cool if you want to make some cool sounds. Classic distortion. Yeah, these are actually quite cool, all of them, but they're so over the top. High gain. Ooh. Yeah, back to clean distortion. Just a really short little travel through the different circuits there. I'm going to go with clean boost and try to make it a really nice vocal compression to lift the vocals a little bit. In the previous recording without the analog heat, we could hear that there was some maybe too much bassy, boomy frequencies in there, and maybe we'd like some sizzle in there, but not the crunchy type. And then I'd like to compress it a bit to even out the levels. And then I'd like to use this BS, what's it called again? Band stop filter to cancel these frequencies, which sometimes I think I don't want in there. Okay, first thing I'm going to do is try the equalizer. Low, tone, tone, tone. Yeah. So I reduce the bass sounds a bit too much. Maybe I'm going to try to increase it again. And actually I think this is a nice bass. Even though it's raising the bass a lot, it doesn't totally over muffle the sound. Okay, reducing it a little bit. Okay, let's try that for now. I'm gonna try to raise the highs here while singing. We've been trying for years. We've been here before. I've been trying for years. Never got it right. We've been on this odyssey. I don't know. Yeah, we can hear maybe too much. I'm gonna take it down again to there. Okay, now I'm gonna try the filter. Now it's on the cutoff filter. Down. Yeah. I'm not gonna do crazy stuff like that, but I'm gonna use this one, and strip away this frequency. And to find that frequency, I'm going to use this one. I'm going to raise the resonance a bit to kind of, let's watch it at the same time. 95. That is such an annoying frequency. 95, yeah. I want to get rid of that. So I can go to this, and we can instantly hear that. Oh, that's a bit too much. Hey. Maybe, yeah, it's there. It's a bit aggressive, maybe, to really cut away such a big part of the sound, but I'm gonna try it now. Okay, now we're gonna make it less dynamic, compress it. I'm gonna go into the envelope. I'm gonna use the follower. So the envelope responds to the audio level, and depending on the audio level, it sends a parameter change to any of the parameters. I'm gonna send it to reduce the drive, I think. So as the volume goes up, the drive goes down. I'm gonna try that. Okay. So I press this again. Okay, we're in the follower. I want to be in the follower mode. I want to see this. I'm gonna reduce the trig roof there. The threshold. How I keep okay, I'm gonna press again to reveal the destination. It's drive, and I'm going to reduce it. I'm going to make it too much at first just to see if it reacts. Down, down, down. We could hear that it really reduced it dramatically, but we could still hear the attack. And now I'm going to do the same, but change the attack. Down, 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 da 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 da. Yeah. So we could hear that the attack was kind of reduced, and it's a bit slower attack. Sometimes you want the attack to hear that kind of volume intention, but then you quickly reduce it. It's a balance. Too much attack, and it sounds a bit too robotic, maybe. Too long attack, and then it's too dynamic again. So okay. So I'm gonna reduce the drive again to down, and now I'm actually looking at the audio interface to see the levels here. You can see it's clipping. I'm gonna reduce it more. Down, down, now it's almost clip safe. Down, 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 down. I'm a put it down, down. Maybe I reduce it even more and raise the wet level. So the more I reduce this, and also gonna down, maybe quicker attack after all. Down and down and down, bump and down. I'm gonna maximize the attack. Down and down, 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 down. Okay, so we're making it less and less dynamic and more kind of clip safe. So even though I'm suddenly singing a bit too loud, the compressor now will help me to get it right. And I can also increase this. Yeah, so now it's even more dramatic, the effect here, because I raised this follower kind of parameter gain. Down, 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 down. I sent you one cuckoo, cuckoo every day, cuckoo every night, cuckoo every day. Yeah. So how about this? Yeah. So this is unchanged. Now we're a bit fooled because of the volume reduction stuff, and now it's with this treatment. So if you want to save this, press and hold. Save. And I'm gonna call it Okay, so let's record the same phrase now and see what it sounds like on the speakers. I've been reaching for you. We've been here before. I've been trying for years. Never get it right. We've been on this odyssey before. You and me, oh, but I'm too cuckoo for you. Too cuckoo for you. Yeah, let's listen to it. Cuckoo every night, cuckoo every day. Yeah, I think if you keep tweaking these parameters until you hit that sweet spot, it's a good help. You can actually use this to help recording vocals. At least I think so. We could hear that we kind of lowered a bit of those boomy frequencies, but not killing them completely. It brought some extra highs in there, and we did something with the nasal sound. And then it's about how much you compress it and how fast the attack of the compression is. I'm going to try, I did a setting yesterday. I'm going to compare this to that. Okay. This one, oh, it's louder output. So I'm going to have to lower the volume here on the audio interface. How, down, how, da 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 da. Yeah, even more crispy and maybe even more processed in a way. Do, down, do, yeah. Okay, let's try this as well and then compare them. Dum, 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 boom, 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 boom. I sent you one cuckoo, cuckoo every day, cuckoo every night. Let's listen to it. Dum, 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 bum, 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 bum. I sent you one cuckoo, cuckoo every day, cuckoo every night, cuckoo every day, cuckoo all the time. I've been reaching for you. We've been here before. I've been trying for years. Never get it right. We've been on this odyssey before. You and me, oh, but I'm too cuckoo for you. Too cuckoo for you. Okay, there's one more thing you could do, and that's the dry wet knob. You can go from totally dry, which means there is no processing. It's the unaltered raw sound coming in. It's also going out. And then you can go over to the wet sound, which is the processed sound. So if there is some quality of the raw sound that you like and you want to keep, and there's some quality of the processed sound, you can select how much of the processed sound you want to mix in. And at some point, it's only wet or only dry. So yeah, let's try that, see what it sounds like. Okay, so what I've done now is to kind of lower the wet level so that it is at the same level as the dry level. So now we can't hear a volume increase. It's sort of the same overall level. But as I'm shouting, this compressor will kind of hit in, whereas here, when I'm shouting, it will start distorting because there's no compression. So what I can do now is to kind of gradually move between the dry and the wet. So if I'm right in the middle, for instance, I can hear some qualities of both. And if I want to be more on the wet level, I could do that. I've been reaching for you. We've been here before. I've been trying for years. Never got it right. In this side down, too cuckoo for you. Ooh yeah. So these are the tools you've got to your disposal. It's just up to you to tune it and make it sound right. It's not ideal for vocals, but it works. It actually is helpful, at least for me, since I haven't got any professional vocal compressors or vocal preamps or stuff like that. I'm going to use this. I think it is helpful. Yeah, I'm not sure we arrived at the final preset here, but I think at least you can see how it's useful and how you can use all the parameters for vocals, even though it's not precisely meant to do that for vocals, but you can do to any sound. You could do it subtly, or you could use the crazy functionality. You can even sound like a mid-drive, and it sounds kind of old school, yeah. Or you could go to classic distortion and round the fuzz. Yeah, you can find use for all of this stuff. But for clean vocals, you use the clean boost. Okay, that's it for today. Cuckoo here. Thank you for watching. And if you like what I do here, please, like and subscribe and spread the word. And please feel free to donate to me over at my Patreon site. It helps. It really helps. And then I can, become even more efficient and faster in making more and more videos. And also, if you like the patches that I'm doing, please head over to my web store. If you're not doing the monthly donation thing over at Patreon, go to my web store. You can download stuff there as well. Cool. Hope to see you soon again. Throwing some gang signs that I don't know what they mean. And peace out.